everyone. So I haven't gotten any more packages, but I did say on one of my posts when I posted the pictures of the shadow boxes that I was going to maybe make a video putting one together. Somebody asked what these were made of, and it's plastic with a thin plastic piece on the inside, which is kind of stretchy. It could be more of an acrylic or something like that, but I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I know that they work great for these shadow boxes, and especially for your types of gems and tumbles and that kind of thing. So I'm going to show putting one together. Sorry, I need to tighten this down. Okay, so I've grabbed a few things. I have this bracelet of gems that I'm going to put in here. And in that, you can put other stones. And I have this beautiful hand that Lisa makes. And let me dump it out and show you. So it's made out of resin, and this one is just beautiful. When I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so pretty. I want it. And I did I did get it. And it looks like like fluorite colors, but it is very pretty. So I put a lot of my bigger stones in my hand. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very glittery, glowy. So, like I said, you can use that and put other little stones in here. I'm gonna put this little, gosh, I forget what they're called. Anyway, it's going in there. And then you just close it up. And you put it on a stand, which I have the stands in the box that I have the tripod sitting on. And there you go. You could, depending on how you want it to sit, you can turn it, change it, turn it around, and that's how I make the shadow boxes with my stones. This way, you know, they're up and where you can see them better, and it also takes up less space. And like I said, I have these other ones that I've made with my stars and moons, or stars and hearts. And then I also have this aragonite, or geez, forget what it's called. And then this other stone. And I do have pictures up on my channel with these. And I just put them in shadow boxes. My bigger hearts and moons, or hearts and stars. I have the tree of life tree, and then I have of chakra colors, and then I have this cross with the chakra colors, with the star and a heart. And then this one is just all hearts. So now we have made a display with 3 different items. It's as simple as that. So sometimes they're a little hard to get open, but, and for a reason. So I got this necklace from Kendra. I can't wear it because anything around my neck breaks me out. Doesn't matter what it is, unfortunately. I did have it hanging up in my china cabinet at one point. Of course, it kept falling, so I thought this would be great to go into a shadow box and probably put stones around it. I was going to put my peridot, but they're so nicely in jars already that I really hate to do that. So I want to put this necklace in here as soon as I get this double-sided tape off. And I want to do it without breaking the chain. Okay. Now these, you don't have to put them on the stands. They are kind of deep, so you can put a nail in there and put them on the wall. I mean, if you're, if your wall is, sturdy enough to not let it fall, you can do that. I've also thought about, putting it square, like on a wall square, and put like little sticky the wall sticker things and put those on there. But I unfortunately have cats and they will try to get it no matter where it's at. So I'm not going to try to put that on a wall. So I'm just going to arrange it in here where it's kind of all even. Now this one is my birthstone, which is peridot. And I do like my birthstone. A lot of people don't like their birthstones, but I do like mine. And there are people that have peridot as birthstones who don't like their birthstone. But like I said, I do like mine. I like the light greens. And then in this, I would put smaller rocks. I'm trying to put it around the edges so that it kind of keeps it in place when I go to close it. And then I do have this other little peridot And this is actually sterling silver because you can see the patina in the sterling silver. And I did also get this from Kendra. And I'm going to put that right here. And I'm going to put a little bigger stone. I'm going to put these little elongated ones in there. Let's see how that does. Of course, the chain is going to move around because it's not, the rocks are up further than the chain. And the other little rocks are going to move around too, and that's okay. And then you can just display it like that. I think I'm actually going to put another rock in there. Maybe this green one here. Now, a lot of my rocks, tumbles that I've gotten are in my china cabinet and the wine glasses that I have spheres sitting on. And I do use wine glasses for sphere stands. So now it's full. And then I just get a stand. And there it is. So these are good. You can put just about anything in there. I could probably even fit a big rock in there because that plastic is so stretchy that I probably could. Now I probably couldn't put something like this. This one is pretty, big for it, but this one I could probably do. And let's see. Now this, so this is, opalite. And this is blue aventurine. And these are just green calcite. Another green calcite. I've gotten a few of those. And then, let's see. So now, I can close that up. They're all in there. Just put a stand. And now I can display it. So that's as easy it is with the with those shadow boxes. They do come in different sizes. I really wasn't paying attention to this size when I put it on my wish list, and that's fine. The smaller ones are good enough. And so that's all you have to do to make a shadow box with your stones. And I've even put in one of my other shadow boxes. I have a few that I had gotten from Stacy, and I think they're a little bit bigger than these, the next size up. And I've put a big star in one. I was looking for my other stars, and I'm not sure what happened to them. I sure hope somebody in my house isn't stealing. And but yeah, I couldn't find them. I'll have to relook in my cabinet and see if I can't find them, but they should have been in there. I don't know if, I don't know. I looked, I couldn't find them. But, so anyway, that's all you have to do. And have, you know, display pieces that you can combine different stones, tumbles, hearts, stars, moons if you have them. I do have a moon in there that I could have put in one, but I have it sitting on something else, and I like to keep it that way. But yeah, so I do have a few more. There's a peacock, and then I have a little amethyst cluster. And this is a wire wrapped amethyst. And I have a few other rocks that I'm not quite sure what they are. That comes out looking pink. This could be pink tourmaline. And then we have this one. Not quite sure what it is. And I have some of that. This is green, and I'm not quite sure what it is. I think I got it because it had green. Either that, or it could have been gifted to me. But I do have some more of the green calcite. A few more pieces. And I like putting them in my hand so that there's something in them. Because that's a lot of why I got it, was to put stones in there that I couldn't really fit anywhere else. And makes a good display piece. And I do have that in my cabinet with my other stones. So anyway, that's all you have to do to make those, and you can get them on Amazon. This box of 40, I don't remember how much it was. It was gifted to me, so I didn't pay for it. Present Compassion is the one that gifted that to me, and again, thank you so much. I was going to try, well, that one would fit, but this selenite won't. This used to be, of course, a wand, and I got it from Kendra, and as soon as I opened it up, I put it on the table and it rolled right off onto the floor and broke. Yeah, my luck. So I also want to tell you, we did get some good news the other day. After I had some battery issue with my car, don't know why, I went out to leave for work and went to start, remote started, and it wasn't doing anything, and I couldn't unlock it. I mean, it acted like it had no battery at all. And got in with the key, unlocked the door, got in, put it in the ignition, nothing. And then I couldn't get the key out. So I called Dave to come in. He came out, brought his car, and we eventually maneuvered and got it jump started. And it started just fine once it was hooked up to his battery. And I drove it to work, turned it off at work, it started back up, went into work, came out during the day, during the time at work, went out, started it, and it started just fine. Went to leave for work, started it, start just fine. Not sure what's going on with that, but hopefully that's all that it needed. And I don't know. He says, well, maybe I left the lights on. Well, I don't have to mess with my lights. They come on automatically and they go off automatically. So I'm not sure what happened. But anyway, while I was having the battery issue, when Dave came out, he was on the phone, and it was for his long-term disability. It has been approved, and they are going to be sending his monthly check. Meanwhile, Anonymous, that has gone through Tori, did send this month's loan so that we can get part of the stuff that Dave pays paid up. Unfortunately, like when I told Tori about when I sent the email out to for amounts that I needed, I mean, I didn't put everything on there. I just didn't feel that, asking for help, and I couldn't put everything. And one of the things that I didn't put on there is I didn't put on there Dave's credit card. And right now, because we're behind on the HOA, we did pay last month. We paid a month because we were 2 months behind. We paid last month, so when we got this month's, now we're 2 months behind. But the late fees on those are almost $40 each. So even though the money that we were loaned was not going to, pay for everything, and so we're going to pay what we can with what he, with that, and then hopefully, his check for the disability will come in. And then hopefully next month we can get his 401k so that we can get both those loans paid back to Anonymous. And again, Anonymous, thank you so much for doing that. And we are definitely grateful for that. And we'll get that paid back as soon as, he gets his 401k as we agreed on. And I do thank you so much. And even though it wasn't, all of what he pays, his total amount, it did help gratefully, a great deal. And but because it took so long for it to transfer from Anonymous to Tori, I did having to send Dave $140 to pay for the AC loan for when we got the downstairs done a couple years ago, because that was going to go, it goes automatic through his bank, and that was going to go in before he got the money that I sent him, that Tori sent me. And but it will work out. It will work out, especially now that we know that they've approved his long-term disability, and he will start getting those monthly checks, so that'll help a great deal. And then once he gets his 401k, get that, money paid back to Anonymous, and it's going to probably take almost two monthly checks that he's going to get from disability to get totally caught back up. Especially, it's mainly the HOA that is the issues, because it's almost $350, and then you put another $40 on top of that, so it's quite a bit. And with it being 2 months, and but we will get caught up, and we couldn't have done that without all of your help. And I cannot say how much I appreciate it, especially Anonymous, who has, been so nice enough to loan us this money and wait until Dave gets his 401k. And without that, we wouldn't have gotten through this. And with everybody's help, like I said, I still do have some of the money that was sent to me, and that will help keep me caught up on what I have to pay. So thank you. But anyway, we were here for the shadow boxes. So, but again, it doesn't take a whole lot to make something look very nice. Nothing hardly at all. And here I have 4 pieces displayed. Now that I can put that, you know, I can put those in my cabinet. And, you know, you can, like, sorry about that, stack them, you know. So again, they're not taking up a lot of space, but you can also, like I said, you can hang these on the wall, and you know, because that is pretty wide for here. So if you were to stick it on the wall, oops, let me put this back up here. So you put this up on the wall like that, or if you make it square and you get those little sticky hangy things for the wall that's supposed to not, you know, wreck your wall, and you put those on each side, and then you can just, you know, stick it up on the wall. And so they make good decorations, wall decorations. You can, you know, put them side by side, you know, make a block, you know, just, you can just do a whole lot of things with them. So they're very nice. So, and this is my hand with all my, you know, display gems. And so I put that in my cabinet just like that. And it used to be really overflowed. And but I'm glad I was able to take some of the stones out of it and put them in shadow boxes. And then so these fit in a lot better. And so, but like I said, you know, Lisa makes these, and she makes them to colors that you want, if you want to. I don't know how much she's doing right now with everything else going on, but you know, you can always, you know, email her and ask her to see if she can make one. I believe these were, I want to say